And welcome everybody. This is a Tibet trip sort of slideshow, I guess. These pictures were taken during a trip from Chengdu to Lhasa and then out to Kathmandu, a Indo-Tibetan Buddhist-oriented spiritual pilgrimage, if you will. To give you an idea of when this was, we traveled during the SARS outbreak. First thing doing on landing, of course, this is Gregory, who is the trip leader, and Philip Hedrick, another teacher of mindfulness meditation centers. These two gentlemen and some other people went on the trip, and the first thing they did was run into one of the reincarnate lamas, one of the tulkus from the Tibetan system there in Chengdu. That's what it looks like from Chengdu into over the Tibetan plateau, the Himalayan plateau, and then boom, you're on the ground, you're in minivans, and amongst some Tibetan travel guides. Again, lots of luggage and lots of minivan time, perhaps small buses, not sure what this trip is going to be, but then overwhelming architecture and beautiful ornamentation, part of the Tibetan culture. Here's Philip dancing with, they're playing the old Tibetan guitars. Very cool, the things you accidentally run into there. And Philip, of course, a very joyful person. Everywhere, kids. Yours truly with a bunch of kids there. Tibetan kids are just about as cute as can be. Look at this guy, right? And there's Michael everywhere you go. We meet kids. This is on the way to Samye. Samye is the first monastery of Tibet. This is the boat ride out to Samye. Again, this was 15-ish years ago. So this was time travel, but look at the reflection. Look at the amazing juxtaposition. We're still in shadow. And then across the river is Samye. Michael, Philip, and Thomas. Philip, Michael, Thomas outside of Samye. And amazing, just first of all, the blue sky like you only get in Colorado, but you're up on the Himalayan plateau, the Tibetan plateau. So you might be 14,000 feet here, and the sky is just so blue. And then the fantastic ornamentation. Again, after Samye, heading back, you gotta chill out where you can. This is the no big deal trip, so just take it easy and catch rest where you're able. Heading into Lhasa proper, this is outside the Jokang. You see a bunch of Tibetan devotees doing prostrations. That's what it looks like a little more closely. Very heartfelt practice from these people, and they faced a lot. And it's beautiful to see their devotion. The Potala Palace, the Dalai Lama's headquarters until 1959. You can still go inside certain rooms and see some of the statues and things. It's just an amazing piece of architecture. It's a World Heritage Site. But better than the architecture is the people you meet, like these beautiful monks, the serenity of them doing their prayers and their practices day in, day out. Just an amazing culture. And the Chinese have left their imprint. But no matter what, wherever you go around the country, you see lots of marks of devotion, carvings, paintings, so forth, mani stones everywhere. Michael has a knack for getting into certain rooms. We might go here and meditate and hang out and have a teaching and have a practice session in one of the historic monasteries. We visited most of the main historic monasteries there in and around the Lhasa area. Of course, coming from the kitchens, I love to see how they make the tea for 500 monks at one time. So that's the kitchen, not exactly Western standard. Impromptu teachings happen in courtyards anywhere. Again, some of these wonderful monasteries, huge, long, 1,000 years of history. I believe this was Sarah May. That was where Michael had demonstrated his debating skills in Tibetan. Amazing. And then bonding with friends on the trip. Just really beautiful bunch of people who go on and are into meditation and to be in the land. Of course, you meet the locals too. Philip danced, so I take a page out of Philip's book and I join the bluegrass guys and dance a little bit. And here are some of the Tibetan ladies, just straight out of the movie 7 Years in Tibet. rich culture and just amazing, amazing dress. And acts of devotion are just outrageous. The polishing of the butter lamps outside of the Jokong, and then the butter lamp room. Michael on top of the Jokong, which is the central temple in Tibet, looking out towards the Potala in the distance there on the right. And this maybe sums up the whole thing, just the amazing mountains and the valleys and the wheel of Dharma, the dedication to peace, the teachings of the Buddha. It's a mind-blowing life changer. And of course, I'm hungry. So there's the street food. And this is how you get Giardia, by the way. Amazing monastery side of the hill here. This, I believe, is Jason Kampa's original monastery. And then yaks in the valley. It's like being on the moon. And they build out of the materials at hand, a little bit of timber and a whole lot of rock. And just to see the women running this rock up these ladders, and they're just an impressive people. Juxtaposed with this rich ornamentation, it just never ends. Statues everywhere, shrines everywhere. From a people, from an ox, a donkey cart people. It's just unbelievable. This is outside of Lhasa, heading down towards Kathmandu. The Kumbum, I believe, Shigatse, or Gyantse, Kumbum, the stupa, and go inside there and walk all around. Again, the blue sky, just incredible. Oops. Mani stones everywhere. These are carved with Om Mani Padme Hum, the Indo-Tibetan mantra of compassion, wisdom and compassion. This may be hard to see. It's road building. You can see the roadbed going in right through here. And it's all done by hand, by ox cart. Very little bit of motorized vehicles, but just impressive what these people do. And bam, right next to that, just amazing ornamentation, beautiful dedication, devotion to their places of worship in this amazing geography, this setting. It's just... And then the lifelong dedication and maybe even life after life dedication of certain individuals to this idea of kindness. So beautiful. There's that debate yard, that famous... That's not Michael's not in there, but that's the monks in the courtyard debating, getting their wisdom straight before they go meditate. Every pass you go over, lots of prayer flags, mani stones, all those are carved stones in the back. And we would hang our own prayer flags. There's Michael. Mani stones, prayer flags, or Philip. Kids everywhere again. And this maybe sums up the whole trip, just how beautiful these people are. We happened upon this some sort of procession one day, lama procession of some kind. Start heading downhill, it gets a little greener, and then you stop and have a picnic, and of course some locals show up and you share your food. And this is just fantastic. This is what it looks like from the front sometimes. And that's what it looks like from the back. They've never heard of disposable diapers there. One of the monasteries around Lhasa. That is outside of Everest. That's the big mountain in the background. That is, alright, so here's Everest, there's me, and there's Droma, Tara, my original rock stacking teacher. There she is, so happy just to receive a pen, some toothpaste, a water bottle, some, I don't know what's in the plastic, but just all these amazing Western things. And of course the mountain doesn't hold a candle to little Droma, but still beautiful, and the sky. That's us camped out staring at the mountain for an afternoon. And that was a shot, just happened to get that at night. So you get that. But better than all that, better than a sunset shot of Mount Everest, would be meeting this gentleman here. So if you can arrange that, go for it. He lives just down the valley from Mount Everest. Then we start heading down. Stop by the pool hall on the way down, maybe. Get a different style of dress, different ethnic groups you run into. Then we're looking more towards valleys. And at the end of this valley is where Nyalam starts the road down to Kathmandu. And on the way you'll go to Mila Cave. This is the Milarepa Shrine where he sat for a while. And then bam, you're right back in the thick of it, down in the lush jungle and the Chinese architecture. And this is just north of the Freedom Bridge, leaving Tibet and then heading into Nepal. And then that's crossing the bridge. Once in Nepal, we'll hang out probably at Bodhanath. Let's see the big stupa there. Trungpa Rinpoche has a place there in Nepal. You also can go to Swayambanath, see the monkey temple. But all in all, just really a fantastic trip full of rich and amazing heritage, and I hope everyone has a chance to participate. And so I think that's it for today. May all be well, happy, safe, peaceful, and at ease. Bye-bye.